Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on one of cinema's most powerful, yet, most invisible art forms, the art of the cut.
So let's just start with a question. Think about those movie moments, the ones that give you chills, the ones that tell you an entire story without a single word of dialogue being spoken. How do they do that? How does a film build that unbearable, sit-on-the-edge-of-your-seat suspense? Or how does it make you feel, this huge wave of profound emotion that just comes out of nowhere?
Or, and this is a classic, how does it show you years of a character's growth and all their training in just a couple of minutes?
Well, the answer isn't just, random editing or hitting the fast-forward button. No, it's a very specific technique. It is a deliberate, and I mean carefully crafted form of cinematic magic.
And that magic actually has a name. It's called montage. And really, it's the secret language of film editing, where you take individual shots and combine them to create a whole new idea.
So here's the crucial point. And if you remember one thing, remember this. Montage proves that the order of the shots can create ideas and emotions that literally do not exist in the individual clips themselves. It's like cinematic alchemy.
Now, what's so interesting is how this whole thing started. The entire concept, this magic, is built on a really simple but groundbreaking psychological experiment that basically gave away the secret.
Okay, so check this out. A Soviet filmmaker named Lev Kuleshov. He took a shot of an actor with a completely neutral expression, deadpan. When he cut from that face to a bowl of soup, the audience said, "Oh, the actor looks hungry." But then, when he cut from that same exact face to a child in a coffin, the audience said he looked incredibly sad. This experiment proved our brains automatically create the connection. We project the emotions onto a blank slate based on the image that comes next. So once filmmakers were armed with this powerful knowledge of, human psychology, they developed all these different types of montage. You can think of them like different spells in a magician's book, each one designed to get a very specific reaction from you.
All right, first up is what we call parallel montage. This is where the editor cuts back and forth between two or more totally separate scenes. It's an incredible tool for building tension, for creating contrast, and for linking ideas together, even if the characters are miles and miles apart.
And a perfect, and I mean perfect, example of this is the famous baptism scene in The Godfather. While Michael Corleone is in a church renouncing Satan at his nephew's baptism, the film cuts away to his men carrying out these brutal assassinations. The sacred and the profane, they're just fused together, telling us everything we need to know about who he is in that moment.
Okay, building on that, the next technique is called intellectual montage. Now, this one's a little more conceptual. Instead of just showing events happening at the same time, it smashes two unrelated images together to create a third, abstract idea right inside your head. It is absolutely designed to make you think.
The classic case for this is the Odessa Steps sequence from Sergei Eisenstein's 1925 film Battleship Potemkin. We see shots of soldiers marching downstairs, a baby carriage tumbling down, a woman screaming. Now, individually, these shots just show chaos, but cut together like that, they create this powerful, unforgettable metaphor for the brutal oppression of the state. Eisenstein was literally building an argument using his editing to provoke a political response.
So look, these techniques aren't just some boring academic theories, right? They are the fundamental building blocks of scenes that are absolutely seared into our collective memory.
I mean, the power of montage just spans every single genre. We've talked about the parallel editing in The Godfather's baptism and the intellectual ideas in the Odessa Steps. But come on, think of Rocky Balboa's iconic training sequence. It's a series of quick cuts set to awesome music that just masterfully compresses weeks of hard work into a few triumphant minutes. Or the famous match cut in 2001, where a bone thrown by an early human becomes a satellite. That's an intellectual montage showing millennia of evolution in a single jaw-dropping cut.
So why does any of this old film theory matter to you today? Because once you understand the principles of montage, I'm telling you, you will start seeing it absolutely everywhere.
Movie trailers, they're basically just 2-minute montages designed to sell you an emotion. Music videos use it to link visuals to a song's feeling. Sports highlights, TV commercials, and even those super quick cut videos on TikTok and Instagram are all using this century-old technique to grab your attention and tell a story fast.
Ultimately, this all brings us back to a core truth of visual media, one that the pioneers of filmmaking figured out almost 100 years ago. The art isn't just in what you shoot, it's in how you put it all together.
And that's really the final takeaway here. The magic that we feel when we watch a film, it's not an accident.
It is a deliberate, powerful craft, where every single cut is a choice, and every sequence is designed to build a story right inside your mind.
So, the next time you're watching a movie, a commercial, or even just scrolling through your phone, pay attention to the cuts. Ask yourself, what feeling is being created here? What new story is being told, not in the frames, but between them?